The next word is inherit. Inherit means to receive something, usually property or a characteristic, from someone after they pass away or through a family connection. She inherited her grandmother's jewelry after her passing. This means she received the jewelry as part of her grandmother's belongings when her grandmother died. He inherited his father's love for music. This means he got his father's passion for music as a natural trait. They inherited a large house from their aunt. This means they received a big house as part of the inheritance from their aunt. The next word is initiate. Initiate means to begin or start something, often a process or an action. She initiated the project by organizing the first meeting. This means she started the project by setting up the first meeting. The company plans to initiate new policies next month. This means the company is going to start or introduce new policies in the following month. He initiated a conversation with her about the upcoming event. This means he began talking to her about the event that was coming soon. The next word is intensify. Intensify means to become stronger or more extreme. The storm began to intensify as it moved towards the coast. This means the storm became stronger as it got closer to the shore. Their argument intensified after the misunderstanding. This means their argument became more heated and serious after they misunderstood each other. The colors of the sunset intensified as the sun set lower. This means the sunset's colors became more vivid and deep as the sun went down. The next word is intervene. Intervene means to become involved in a situation to change or influence it, often to help or stop something. The teacher intervened when the students started arguing. This means the teacher stepped in to stop or help with the argument between the students. They had to intervene in the discussion to prevent it from getting out of hand. This means they got involved in the conversation to stop it from becoming too intense. She decided to intervene in the situation after hearing both sides. This means she got involved after understanding the details of both parties involved. The next word is intrude. Intrude means to enter or interrupt a place or situation without permission, often in a way that is unwanted. He felt uncomfortable when the stranger intruded on their private conversation. This means the stranger entered their conversation without being invited, making it awkward. Please do not intrude on my personal space. This means don't enter or disturb my personal area without permission. I didn't want to intrude on their family gathering. This means I didn't want to disturb or enter their family time without an invitation. The next word is juggle. Juggle means to manage or handle multiple tasks or things at the same time, often in a skillful or challenging way. She had to juggle work and her studies while preparing for the exam. This means she managed both work and studying at the same time, which was difficult. He juggled several projects at once during the busy season. This means he managed to work on multiple projects at the same time during a period of high activity. Parents often have to juggle taking care of their children and their jobs. This means parents need to manage both their children's care and their work responsibilities at the same time. The next word is linger. Linger means to stay in a place longer than necessary, often because of hesitation or enjoyment. She lingered at the party because she was enjoying herself. This means she stayed at the party for a longer time than expected because she was having fun. The scent of the flowers lingered in the air long after they were gone. This means the smell of the flowers stayed in the air for some time after the flowers were no longer there. He lingered outside the door, unsure whether to enter. This means he stayed outside the door for a while, hesitating before going in. The next word is loathe. Loathe means to feel strong dislike or hatred towards something or someone. She loathes waking up early in the morning. This means she strongly dislikes having to get up early in the morning. He loathes eating vegetables. This means he has a strong dislike for eating vegetables. They loathe the idea of working on weekends. This means they really dislike the idea of working during weekends. The next word is loom. Loom means to appear as a large, often frightening shape or image, usually from a distance. A dark cloud loomed on the horizon, signaling a storm. This means a large and possibly threatening cloud appeared in the distance, suggesting a storm. The mountain loomed over the town, making it look small. This means the mountain appeared very large above the town, making the town look small. As we walked through the forest, a large figure loomed ahead. This means a large figure appeared ahead of them, seeming big and unclear in the distance. The next word is loosen. Loosen means to make something less tight or more relaxed. She loosened the knot in the rope to make it easier to untie. This means she made the knot less tight so it would be easier to undo. He loosened his tie after a long day at work. This means he made his tie less tight to feel more comfortable after work. They loosened the screws to fix the door. This means they made the screws less tight in order to repair the door. The next word is merge. Merge means to combine two or more things into one. The two companies decided to merge to become stronger in the market. This means the two companies combined to form a single, more powerful company. They merged their ideas to create a unique product. This means they combined their different ideas to make something new and original. The two rivers merge at the base of the mountain. This means the two rivers come together to form a single river at the foot of the mountain. The next word is misinterpret. Misinterpret means to understand or explain something incorrectly. She misinterpreted his silence as anger. This means she incorrectly thought that he was angry because he was silent. He misinterpreted the instructions and did the task wrong. This means he misunderstood the instructions, leading him to complete the task incorrectly. Don't misinterpret my words. I didn't mean to offend you. This means don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I didn't intend to upset you. The next word is misplace. Misplace means to lose something temporarily because it has been put in the wrong place. I seem to have misplaced my keys. I can't find them anywhere. This means I have lost my keys because I accidentally put them in the wrong spot. She misplaced her phone while traveling, causing a delay. This means she lost her phone for a while because she accidentally left it somewhere. He misplaces his wallet every time he goes out. This means he often loses his wallet because he doesn't put it in the right place. The next word is moan. Moan means to make a low sound of pain, discomfort, or dissatisfaction. He moaned after injuring his leg during the game. This means he made a sound because of the pain in his leg after the injury. She moaned about having to work late on a Friday. This means she complained or showed discomfort about having to work late on a Friday. The wind moaned through the trees, creating an eerie sound. This means the wind made a sound that resembled a low, continuous noise through the trees. The next word is mount. Mount means to climb or get on top of something, or to increase in size or intensity. He mounted the horse with ease. This means he climbed onto the horse smoothly and comfortably. The tension in the room began to mount as the discussion went on. This means the tension in the room gradually increased as the conversation continued. They mounted a successful campaign for the election. This means they organized and carried out a successful campaign for the election. The next word is offset. Offset means to counteract or balance the effect of something. The cost of the new equipment was offset by the increase in production. This means the increased production helped balance out the cost of the new equipment. The increase in taxes will offset the budget deficit. This means the higher taxes will help to balance the budget deficit. The positive reviews of the movie help to offset the negative criticism. This means the positive reviews help to reduce the impact of the negative criticism. The next word is overflow. Overflow means to spill over because there is too much of something. The sink overflowed after I forgot to turn off the tap. This means water spilled out of the sink because the tap was left on. The river overflowed after the heavy rain. This means the river went beyond its banks because of too much water. The cup overflowed with juice spilling onto the table. This means the cup had too much juice in it, causing it to spill. The next word is overhear. Overhear means to hear something accidentally without intending to. I overheard them talking about the surprise party. This means I heard their conversation by accident without meaning to. He overheard the conversation and realized he was the subject. This means he heard something by accident and found out that they were talking about him. She overheard their argument while walking down the hall. This means she accidentally heard them arguing while passing by. The next word is overlap. Overlap means to cover part of the same area or to have similar elements. The two meetings overlap, so I'll attend only one. This means the two meetings happen at the same time, so I can't go to both. Her responsibilities overlap with mine, making it easy to collaborate. This means her tasks are similar to mine, so it's easier for us to work together. The paint on the wall overlapped onto the floor. This means the paint covered part of the floor in addition to the wall. The next word is overload. Overload means to put too much of something into a system or place. The truck was overloaded with boxes, making it hard to drive. This means the truck had too many boxes, which made it difficult to operate. She overloaded her schedule with too many meetings. This means she planned too many meetings, making her schedule too full. The circuit was overloaded, causing the fuse to blow. This means the electrical system had too much power, which caused the fuse to break. The next word is pat. Pat means to touch something lightly with the hand, often in a gentle or affectionate way. She patted the dog on the head. This means she gently touched the dog's head with her hand. He patted her back to comfort her. This means he lightly touched her back to show care and support. They patted the ground to make sure it was flat for the tent. This means they gently touched the ground to check if it was even enough for the tent. The next word is persist. Persist means to continue doing something despite difficulties or obstacles. She persisted in her studies despite the challenges. This means she continued studying even though it was difficult. The storm persisted for several days. This means the storm continued for many days without stopping. He persisted in asking questions until he got an answer. This means he kept asking questions until someone responded. The next word is pinpoint. Pinpoint means to identify or locate something exactly. The detective was able to pinpoint the location of the missing person. This means the detective identified the exact location where the person was. Can you pinpoint the problem with the machine? This means can you locate exactly what is wrong with the machine? The scientist pinpointed the exact moment the experiment failed. This means the scientist identified the exact time when the experiment went wrong. The next word is plead. Plead means to ask for something earnestly or to give a defense in court. He pleaded with her to stay. This means he asked her earnestly to stay with him. The defendant pleaded guilty to the charges. This means the person admitted they were guilty in court. She pleaded for help when the storm started. This means she asked for help desperately as the storm began. The next word is ponder. Ponder means to think about something carefully and deeply. She pondered the decision for several days. This means she thought carefully about the decision for a few days. He sat quietly and pondered the meaning of the poem. This means he thought deeply about the poem's message. They pondered the best way to solve the problem. This means they carefully considered all the options to find the best solution. The next word is portray. Portray means to show or describe something in a certain way. The movie portrays the life of a famous scientist. This means the movie shows or describes the life of a scientist in a particular way. The artist portrayed the cityscape in bright colors. This means the artist depicted the city with vivid colors in the painting. She portrayed herself as a kind and caring person. This means she presented herself as someone who is kind and considerate. The next word is proceed. Proceed means to come before something in time or order. His arrival preceded the meeting by an hour. This means he arrived 1 hour before the meeting started. The introduction will precede the main presentation. This means the introduction will come before the main presentation. The ceremony will precede the dinner. This means the ceremony will happen before the dinner begins. The next word is prescribe. Prescribe means to recommend a treatment or action, especially in a medical context. The doctor prescribed antibiotics for my illness. This means the doctor recommended that I take antibiotics to treat my illness. The teacher prescribed extra homework to improve the class's performance. This means the teacher suggested additional homework to help the students improve. The pharmacist will prescribe the right medication for you. This means the pharmacist will recommend the appropriate medication for you. The next word is prevail. Prevail means to be more powerful or successful in a situation. Truth will prevail in the end. This means the truth will win or become clear eventually. The team prevailed in the final match. This means the team succeeded or won in the final game. Justice will prevail despite the challenges. This means justice will be successful or come out on top despite difficulties. The next word is prosecute. Prosecute means to charge someone with a crime and bring them to trial. The government decided to prosecute the company for fraud. This means the government decided to charge the company with fraud and take it to court. He was prosecuted for theft after the investigation. This means he was charged with stealing and taken to trial. The prosecutor will prosecute the case in court tomorrow. This means the prosecutor will bring the case to trial in court. The next word is prosper. Prosper means to succeed or grow well, especially in business or life. The business prospered after expanding to new markets. This means the business became successful after it grew and reached new customers. She prospered in her career after moving to the city. This means her career became very successful after she moved. They hope to prosper in the new environment. This means they hope to grow and succeed in the new situation. The next word is provoke. Provoke means to deliberately cause someone to feel anger or annoyance. His actions provoked a strong reaction from the crowd. This means his behavior made the crowd react angrily. The politician's comments provoked an angry response from the public. This means the politician's words made the public respond angrily. She tried to provoke him by making rude comments. This means she attempted to make him angry by being disrespectful. The next word is recollect. Recollect means to remember something from the past. She recollected her childhood memories while looking through old photos. This means she remembered her childhood when she saw old pictures. I can't recollect the details of the conversation. This means I can't remember the details of the talk. He recollected the moment when he first met her. This means he remembered the time when he first met her. The next word is reconcile. Reconcile means to restore a relationship or make peace after a disagreement. They reconciled after their argument. This means they made up and became friends again after fighting. The couple worked hard to reconcile their differences. This means they worked on resolving their problems in order to get along. He reconciled with his colleague after the misunderstanding. This means he fixed his relationship with his colleague after the confusion. The next word is recur. Recur means to happen again, especially in a repeated or regular way. The problem recurred after a few weeks. This means the problem happened again after some time. His headaches seem to recur every few months. This means he gets headaches regularly every few months. The issue of pollution continues to recur in the news. This means the topic of pollution keeps coming up in the news. The next word is redistribute. Redistribute means to share or give something again, especially to make things more fair or equal. The government plans to redistribute wealth to reduce poverty. This means the government intends to give money or resources in a way that helps reduce inequality. They decided to redistribute the food to the needy families. This means they decided to give the food to people who need it. The charity aims to redistribute donations to those in need. This means the charity wants to give the donations to people who require assistance. The next word is refine. Refine means to improve something by making small changes, often to make it more elegant or effective. He refined his writing skills over the years. This means he improved his writing through practice and learning. The company refined its product design to meet customer needs. This means the company improved the design to make it better for the customers. She refined her cooking technique to make her dishes perfect. This means she improved her cooking method to make her food even better. The next word is refrain. Refrain means to stop yourself from doing something. Please refrain from talking during the presentation. This means you should not talk while the presentation is happening. He tried to refrain from making any comments during the meeting. This means he attempted to stop himself from speaking in the meeting. You should refrain from eating too much sugar for your health. This means you should avoid eating a lot of sugar to stay healthy. The next word is relate. Relate means to tell or explain a story or event. She related her experience of traveling in Europe. This means she told the story of her travels in Europe. He can relate to my situation because he went through something similar. This means he understands my situation because he has experienced something like it. I can easily relate to the characters in this novel. This means I can understand and connect with the characters in the book. The next word is relieve. Relieve means to make a situation less difficult or to reduce pain or stress. The medicine will relieve your headache. This means the medicine will reduce or make your headache go away. His words relieved my worries about the project. This means his words helped reduce my anxiety about the project. The new law is meant to relieve traffic congestion in the city. This means the new law is intended to reduce the amount of traffic in the city. The next word is resent. Resent means to feel angry or upset about something, especially because you think it's unfair. She resented her colleague's constant criticism. This means she felt angry about her colleague always criticizing her. He resented being treated unfairly at work. This means he felt upset because he was treated unfairly. I resent having to work overtime every weekend. This means I feel angry about having to work extra hours on weekends. The next word is restructure. Restructure means to organize or change the structure of something, especially a business or system. The company decided to restructure its departments to improve efficiency. This means the company changed how its departments were organized to work better. They restructured the team to make it more effective. This means they reorganized the team to improve its performance. The government plans to restructure the education system. This means the government intends to change how the education system is organized. The next word is retain. Retain means to keep or continue to have something. She managed to retain her position in the company despite the competition. This means she was able to keep her job even though there were other people competing for it. You should retain the receipt in case you need a refund. This means you should keep the receipt if you want to return the item. The museum tries to retain its collection of historical artifacts. This means the museum works to keep and protect its collection of important items. The next word is retreat. Retreat means to move back or withdraw, often to a quieter or safer place. The army was forced to retreat after being outnumbered. This means the army had to move back because they were overwhelmed by the enemy. They decided to retreat to the cabin for a peaceful weekend. This means they chose to go to the cabin to relax and escape from their busy lives. After a stressful day, she needed to retreat to her room for some rest. This means she needed to go to her room to be alone and recover from the stress. The next word is retrieve. Retrieve means to get something back or bring it back from a place. He went to retrieve his phone from the other room. This means he went to get his phone from a different room. The dog was trained to retrieve the ball when thrown. This means the dog was trained to bring back the ball after it was thrown. She retrieved her keys from her bag before leaving. This means she took her keys out of her bag before she left. The next word is revive. Revive means to bring something back to life, strength, or activity. The doctor worked hard to revive the patient after the accident. This means the doctor helped the patient recover after being seriously injured. The festival was revived after a 5-year break. This means the festival started again after not happening for 5 years. Music can help revive memories from the past. This means music can bring back memories from earlier times. The next word is revolt. Revolt means to rise up against authority or power, often by force. The citizens decided to revolt against the oppressive government. This means the people chose to fight against the government because they felt it was unfair. The workers revolted after their demands for better conditions were ignored. This means the workers protested and fought because their requests were not met. The students revolted against the new school rules. This means the students protested because they disagreed with the new rules. The next word is rot. Rot means to decay or become damaged due to natural processes, especially because of moisture or lack of care. The food began to rot after being left out for too long. This means the food started to spoil because it wasn't stored properly. The old wooden door started to rot from the rain. This means the door became damaged and decayed because of exposure to moisture. If you don't take care of the plants, they will rot. This means the plants will decay and die if not properly cared for. The next word is sadden. Sadden means to make someone feel unhappy or sorrowful. The news of his passing saddened everyone in the office. This means everyone in the office felt sad when they heard about his death. Her comment saddened me, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. This means her words made me feel sad and upset. It saddens me to see people suffering in the world. This means it makes me feel sad to witness the suffering of others. The next word is scrap. Scrap means to throw away or discard something, often because it's no longer useful. They decided to scrap the old car and buy a new one. This means they chose to get rid of the old car because it was no longer useful. The company had to scrap the project due to lack of funds. This means the company canceled the project because they didn't have enough money to continue. She kept the scraps of paper for later use. This means she saved small pieces of paper, even though they weren't very useful at the moment. The next word is seduce. Seduce means to attract or entice someone, often in a romantic or sexual way. He tried to seduce her with expensive gifts. This means he attempted to charm or attract her by giving her expensive presents. The advertisement seduced customers into buying the product. This means the advertisement attracted customers and made them want to buy the product. She felt uncomfortable by the way he tried to seduce her. This means she felt uneasy because of his attempts to charm or attract her. The next word is sharpen. Sharpen means to make something, like a tool or skill, more effective or pointed. He used a stone to sharpen the knife. This means he used a stone to make the knife's edge sharper. She needs to sharpen her skills before the competition. This means she needs to improve her abilities before the event. The teacher's feedback helped sharpen my writing. This means the teacher's suggestions made my writing clearer and more effective. The next word is shrug. Shrug means to raise your shoulders slightly to show you don't know, don't care, or have no opinion. He just shrugged when I asked him where she went. This means he didn't know or didn't care about the question and raised his shoulders. She gave a shrug when asked about the problem. This means she raised her shoulders to show that she didn't have an answer. He shrugged off the criticism and continued working. This means he ignored or didn't let the criticism bother him. The next word is shudder. Shudder means to shake or tremble, often from fear or cold. She shuddered at the thought of going into the dark room. This means she shook because she felt afraid when thinking about the dark room. He shuddered when the cold wind hit him. This means he shook because the cold wind made him feel uncomfortable. The horror movie made everyone shudder in their seats. This means the movie caused everyone to feel scared and shake. The next word is snap. Snap means to break suddenly or make a sharp cracking sound. The branch snapped under the weight of the snow. This means the branch broke suddenly because the snow was too heavy. She heard a snap when she stepped on the twig. This means she heard the sharp breaking sound when she stepped on the small branch. He snapped the pencil in half when he got angry. This means he broke the pencil suddenly by applying force when he was upset. The next word is snatch. Snatch means to grab something quickly and suddenly. She snatched the book from the table before he could take it. This means she quickly grabbed the book before he could touch it. The thief snatched the purse and ran away. This means the thief quickly grabbed the purse and ran off with it. He snatched the opportunity to speak when the room was quiet. This means he took the chance to speak quickly when there was a moment of silence. The next word is sniff. Sniff means to inhale through your nose, often to detect a smell or because of a cold. She sniffed the flowers to enjoy their scent. This means she used her nose to smell the flowers. He sniffed the air to see if it was going to rain. This means he inhaled to try to detect if the weather was changing. She sniffed because she had a cold. This means she breathed through her nose sharply because she was feeling unwell. The next word is soar. Soar means to fly or rise high in the air or to increase dramatically. The bird soared high in the sky. This means the bird flew very high above the ground. The company's profits soared last year. This means the company's profits increased dramatically. His spirits soared when he heard the good news. This means he felt very happy or excited when he received the good news. The next word is speculate. Speculate means to guess or think about something without having enough information. She speculated about why he left the party early. This means she guessed or thought about the reason he left the party. The scientists speculated on the cause of the strange weather. This means the scientists made guesses about why the weather was unusual. I can only speculate about what happened after I left. This means I can only guess or think about what occurred after I left. The next word is spit. Spit means to forcefully push something out of your mouth, often saliva. He spat on the ground out of frustration. This means he forcefully released saliva onto the ground because he was upset. She tried not to spit when she was talking. This means she made an effort to not release saliva while speaking. The dog spat out the bone it was chewing on. This means the dog forcefully pushed the bone out of its mouth. The next word is sprinkle. Sprinkle means to scatter or drop small amounts of something over an area. She sprinkled salt on her food. This means she lightly dropped small amounts of salt over her meal. He sprinkled water on the plants to keep them hydrated. This means he dropped small amounts of water onto the plants. The baker sprinkled sugar on the cake. This means the baker scattered small amounts of sugar over the cake. The next word is spur. Spur means to encourage or motivate someone to take action. Her words spurred me to work harder. This means her words encouraged or motivated me to put in more effort. The news of the competition spurred him into action. This means the news motivated him to start preparing immediately. His ambition spurred him to achieve great things. This means his desire for success encouraged him to accomplish many things. The next word is squander. Squander means to waste something, especially time or resources, carelessly. He squandered his money on unnecessary items. This means he wasted his money buying things that weren't important. She squandered the opportunity to study abroad. This means she wasted the chance to go abroad for education. They squandered hours watching TV instead of working. This means they wasted a lot of time watching TV instead of being productive. The next word is squeak. Squeak means a high-pitched sound, often from something being rubbed or moved. The door squeaked when I opened it. This means the door made a high-pitched noise when I opened it. She squeaked with excitement when she saw the gift. This means she made a high-pitched sound because she was very happy. The mouse squeaked in the corner of the room. This means the mouse made a small, high-pitched sound. The next word is stagger. Stagger means to walk or move unsteadily, often due to weakness or surprise. He staggered after running for a long time. This means he walked unsteadily because he was tired from running. She staggered to her feet after hearing the bad news. This means she stood up unsteadily after receiving the news. The drunk man staggered down the street. This means the man moved unsteadily because he was drunk. The next word is strive. Strive means to make a great effort to achieve something. She strives to improve her English every day. This means she works hard to get better at English every day. They strive for success in their careers. This means they put in a lot of effort to achieve success in their work. He is striving to become a great musician. This means he is working hard to reach his goal of becoming a skilled musician. The next word is stumble. Stumble means to lose your balance while walking or moving. She stumbled on the stairs and nearly fell. This means she lost her balance while going up the stairs and almost fell. He stumbled during his speech but continued talking. This means he made a mistake or had difficulty while speaking but kept going. She stumbled over the words in her presentation. This means she had trouble pronouncing the words in her speech. The next word is succumb. Succumb means to give in or yield to something, especially something bad or difficult. He succumbed to his illness after a long battle. This means he gave in to his illness and passed away after struggling with it. She succumbed to temptation and ate the chocolate. This means she gave in to the desire to eat the chocolate. They succumbed to the pressure and gave up on the project. This means they gave in to the stress and stopped working on the project. The next word is suck. Suck means to draw something into your mouth by using your lips or mouth. He sucked on the straw to drink his juice. This means he used his mouth to draw the juice through the straw. She sucked the candy until it melted in her mouth. This means she used her mouth to taste the candy slowly. The baby sucked on the bottle. This means the baby drew milk from the bottle into its mouth. The next word is summon. Summon means to call or bring someone or something to a place. She summoned the waiter to her table. This means she called the waiter to come over to her. The king summoned his advisors for an urgent meeting. This means the king called his advisors to meet with him. They summoned the doctor to check on the patient. This means they called the doctor to come and examine the patient. The next word is suppress. Suppress means to stop something from being expressed or happening. The government tried to suppress the protest. This means the government tried to stop the protest from continuing. She suppressed her emotions during the meeting. This means she controlled her feelings and didn't show them. He suppressed his laughter when he heard the joke. This means he tried to stop himself from laughing after hearing something funny. The next word is surpass. Surpass means to go beyond or do better than something or someone. She surpassed her goals this year. This means she achieved more than she expected or aimed for this year. The team surpassed all expectations and won the championship. This means the team did better than anyone thought they would. His talent surpasses that of other musicians. This means his ability is better than other musicians' abilities. The next word is surrender. Surrender means to give up or admit defeat. The soldiers had to surrender after a long battle. This means the soldiers gave up because they lost the battle. He surrendered his keys to the landlord. This means he gave the keys back to the landlord. She decided to surrender to the pressure and quit. This means she gave up because the pressure was too much. The next word is sustain. Sustain means to support or keep something going for a period of time. The farmer worked hard to sustain the crops during the drought. This means the farmer kept the crops alive and growing despite the lack of rain. She sustained the effort to finish the project on time. This means she continued to work hard to complete the project. The music sustained the mood of the event. This means the music helped keep the atmosphere or feeling going throughout the event. The next word is sympathize. Sympathize means to feel or express understanding and compassion for someone's feelings. I sympathized with her after she lost her job. This means I felt sorry for her and understood her pain after she lost her job. He sympathized with the victims of the disaster. This means he felt compassion for the people who were affected by the disaster. She sympathizes with her friend's struggles. This means she understands and feels for her friend's difficulties. The next word is testify. Testify means to give evidence or speak truthfully in a formal setting like a court. The witness testified about what he saw during the crime. This means the witness gave his statement in court about what happened. She testified in court about the accident. This means she spoke about what happened during the accident as part of the legal process. He was called to testify in front of the jury. This means he was asked to speak and provide evidence in front of the jury. The next word is tire. Tire means to make someone feel exhausted or worn out. The long walk in the sun tired me out. This means the walk made me feel very tired. She was tired after running the marathon. This means she felt exhausted after completing the marathon. He tires easily after a busy day at work. This means he becomes tired quickly after a full day of work. The next word is tread. Tread means to step or walk, especially in a careful way. She had to tread carefully on the icy path. This means she walked slowly and carefully because the path was slippery. He tread softly so he wouldn't wake the baby. This means he walked gently to avoid making noise. You must tread lightly in sensitive situations. This means you should handle delicate matters with care and caution. The next word is undermine. Undermine means to weaken or harm something gradually or secretly. His actions were meant to undermine her authority. This means he tried to weaken her power or control in a hidden way. The constant criticism undermines his confidence. This means the criticism gradually weakens his belief in himself. Corruption can undermine trust in the government. This means corruption can weaken or destroy the public's faith in the government. The next word is uphold. Uphold means to support or maintain something, like a law or principle. The judge upheld the decision of the lower court. This means the judge agreed with and supported the earlier court's ruling. They work hard to uphold the values of the company. This means they make sure to support and follow the company's values. The organization strives to uphold human rights. This means the organization tries to maintain and support human rights. The next word is utter. Utter means to say something or make a sound. She didn't utter a word during the meeting. This means she didn't speak at all in the meeting. He uttered a cry of joy when he heard the news. This means he made a sound of happiness or excitement. She couldn't utter a single word in the face of such bad news. This means she was so shocked or upset that she couldn't say anything. The next word is vaccinate. Vaccinate means to give someone a vaccine to protect them from a disease. They vaccinated the children against measles. This means they gave the children a vaccine to protect them from measles. The hospital is offering to vaccinate everyone against the flu. This means the hospital is providing flu shots to protect people. It is important to vaccinate pets to prevent diseases. This means giving pets vaccines helps keep them healthy and safe from diseases. The next word is violate. Violate means to break a law, rule, or agreement. He violated the terms of his contract. This means he broke the rules of his contract. She violated the privacy of others by sharing their personal information. This means she broke the respect for others' privacy by revealing their private details. The company violated environmental regulations. This means the company broke the laws that protect the environment. The next word is vomit. Vomit means to throw up or expel food or liquid from the stomach through the mouth. He felt sick and vomited after eating something bad. This means he threw up because the food made him feel unwell. The child vomited after riding the roller coaster. This means the child threw up because the ride made them feel dizzy. She vomited during the illness because of stomach problems. This means she threw up because her stomach was upset. The next word is weep. Weep means to cry, especially in a way that shows strong emotion. She began to weep after hearing the sad news. This means she started crying because of the sad information. He wept quietly during the funeral. This means he cried softly, showing deep sadness. The movie made him weep with emotion. This means the movie caused him to cry because it was very moving. The next word is wield. Wield means to hold and use something, such as a tool or power. The warrior wielded a sword in battle. This means the warrior held and used a sword during the fight. She wields great influence in the company. This means she has a lot of power or control in the company. He wields a paintbrush with great skill. This means he uses a paintbrush very skillfully when painting. The next word is wink. Wink means to close and open one eye quickly, often to communicate something. She winked at him to show she was joking. This means she closed one eye briefly to indicate that she wasn't serious. He winked at her when they shared a secret. This means he gave her a quick eye movement to show they both knew something secret. Don't wink at people unless you mean it. Mean it. This means don't use this eye gesture unless you want to communicate something specific. The next word is withstand. Withstand means to resist or endure something, especially difficult conditions. The house can withstand strong winds. This means the house is strong enough to resist or survive strong winds. She withstood the pressure and finished the project on time. This means she was able to endure the stress and complete the work as planned. The army withstood the enemy's attacks. This means the army resisted the enemy's attacks and didn't give up. The next word is yield. Yield means to give in or give way to something or to produce something. The farm yields a lot of crops each year. This means the farm produces many crops every year. He refused to yield to their demands. This means he did not give in or agree to what they asked for. The car yielded to the pedestrians at the crosswalk. This means the car stopped or slowed down to let the pedestrians go first. The next word is albeit. Albeit means although or even though. The movie was good, albeit a bit long. This means the movie was good, even though it was a little long. He is a talented player, albeit sometimes inconsistent. This means he is a talented player, although he can be inconsistent at times. The meeting was successful, albeit with some delays. This means the meeting went well, even though it had some delays.